The Karnataka Chief Minister, Siddaramaiah, has introduced a state education policy called Marosinchana, rejecting the national education policy that was implemented by the previous BJP government in Karnataka. We reached out to a few teachers and students of Karnataka during an education convention organized by the All India Safe Education Committee at Gandhi Bhavan to gather their opinions on both the state education policy and the national education policy.
I don't have right comparison with me, but what I understood here is, so far now I have heard all positiveness about national education policy, but only now I could understand there are some negative side also. Maybe like people who are into education field, they'll have to sit and have some kind of better argument or better kind of involvement should be done, and what exactly is needed that has to be added. I'm not very specific, I can't give you what exactly has to be added, but whichever is needed that has to be added.
The point is that the national education policy might have some loopholes which obviously need to be addressed, but that doesn't justify that you need to completely scrap it. Like it's an objective, it's not an objective thing, right? It's very subjective. It's not something that's either right or wrong. So there's a lot of things that are there, and they also mentioned a lot of things that are there, but the problems that were highlighted were a few. I'm not denying that those are not problems, of course they are, but that doesn't necessarily make it worse or better or whatever. So I mean, in states like Karnataka, where Kannada is the official and the government used language, obviously Kannada will be taught. So it doesn't really mean that just because it's centralized, it will make it completely non-inclusive of other states or other cultures.
I really feel like unitary method is a little, backward. Why? Because they are trying to not put it in a cluster, but multidisciplinary. I think it's really good because there are so many languages that a person gets to learn, but then also I don't think that a child should be imposed. When we were in school, we were asked to learn Kannada. I don't think that's very necessary, considering if the child knows which profession that he's getting into, because I honestly want to get into HR, and I agree that sometimes I do need to learn Kannada, but sometimes it just gets really difficult when you're trying to impose it on a child. So that's my take on it.
Right now I feel whatever new education policy 2021 is there, that is definitely not good for any state. It's a very harmful policy without involving any academicians or teachers or educationists. Government formed a only bureaucrats body, and without knowing the ground realities, they have formulated something. It's more of a cut, copy, paste from other documents, from other foreign countries, and in reality it's not at all helping our education scenario. It is not addressing the basic problems that we are facing in education, like fall of quality in education, in public education, and shortage of teaching staff, or dropouts problem, or not able to attract rural and women, girl students into higher education. These problems are not at all addressed in new education policy 2021, and there are so many, especially in Karnataka, very hurriedly they implemented it without any preparation, and it had a disastrous effect on quality of degree education, that is higher education in Karnataka. Like syllabus were framed in just 15 days, so just expect, what do you expect the quality to be? That state should stipulate at least 3% of its state budget to education. So now whatever they are giving is less than 1%. So that would be the first thing I would want in the policy, that adequate fund is given into public education.
Many of them voiced their opinions against the national education policy and shared their expectations from the state education policy that is yet to be implemented.